The press have been invited down to the National Sports Centre to see the goings-on here with the swimming pool. It's been a journey that started, I think, last August. With me is the Minister who signed the cheque off. Remind me, how much was this?
About 4.2 million.
Are you happy with it?
Well, it's a lot of money,
yeah.
But we need that investment. It needed to be updated. We were starting to have issues with the floor because it is a movable floor and it was seizing where it was. Then you were in a position where you may have to close the pool because you can't use it. So it's one of those things that for the years that it's been open, it needed a bit of updating.
£4 million is a little bit of updating.
It is, but when you look around here, new floors, tiling, new changing village, new air handling unit, new lighting. So there's an awful lot that's gone into this building that people won't see, and they'll come in and go, oh, well, it's still the same hole in the ground. But, all those facilities, where you're talking about filtration plants, it's all important stuff that people won't see.
You're only 3 years on from the flooding, so in all, I think the whole NSC's almost had a complete makeover, hasn't it?
It has. It's nearly all been done. But we've actually, as part of that, we've put in provisions there to try and protect the building from future flooding. So there's been floodgates put out over by the emergency exit over there. So hopefully in the future we won't be suffering from that.
What will people get their bang to their bucks in the sense of wow factors when this reopens? What's going to be different? Because, obviously the pool is still the pool, isn't it? And I think the spa things over there. Tell me.
So what they'll see is they'll see new flumes that have been put in, and there'll be changes round the flumes. There's new disabled facilities in here. There's going to be new timing boards for when we're having competitions, all that software going in. There's going to be new seating sort of over here and over there. So a lot of it is, I suppose you could say, it's business as usual, but it needed to be uplifted so it doesn't look tired. And I think that's one of the issues that sometimes you have is we initially have that big amount of money spent on a new facility and then it just carries on until it falls down. But we need to have that investment and maintenance put in.
Now, it was due to open for TT.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it, I hear.
We're not, and it's a shame we're not going to make that. But what we've got to do is make sure that when we've got it open, is running properly, and we're going to have that training in for the staff, so they familiarise themselves with here. But we did have an issue with when we were changing the flumes, so they've had to have some new steel work made. So that's caused the delay.
They're coming from Italy.
Yeah, and the flumes are coming from Turkey, but they're not in Europe. But
okay.
But it's that sort of thing.
Surely the TT people make a big use of this area, don't they? They want showers, they want to get clean, that sort of thing.
And they can still use the showers, But what we found is that they don't use the pool area.
What about the locals, don't they?
I think a number of them go away. So
you don't see a big uptake on.
No, it actually drops down during TT period. So I suppose sort of as an income, at least it's that area where we're not losing that huge sort of income coming in.
Okay. Well, we're doing this on the same day as big demonstrations outside Tynwald. You have pupils there from schools.
Yes.
Taking time off, I think with adult consent or with parental consent.
Parental and the school consent as well.
And the school. Yeah. Oh, so the schools do have to.
They've said, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That's fine. It's all.
What, every Friday if it happens, for instance?
No, it's not going to be every Friday that everybody's going to come out and strike.
Are you calling it a strike?
Well, that's what they called it, and it was on one of the websites saying it was a strike, and but it's terminology. I think it's a global thing that they're doing at the moment, making people aware. And quite right. We need to be aware of the change in the climate. And when you look around here, LED lighting. We've got the skylights here clearer, so you don't have to use so much energy. So it's trying to make sure that we are aware of the changing conditions on the island.
And Mr. Boot's going to give his take on climate change on Tuesday. Bated breath from you, or you're on the inside of this tent, aren't you? So you know what's going on.
Yes, and he's got his piece he's going to say on Tuesday. And when we're looking at future buildings across the island, it's one of the things that we are going to be aware of is how are they going to be insulated, how are they going to be heated.
Anyway, back to this. Will you be the first in your Speedos in here? That's a terrible thought, isn't it? What sort of opening? You're going to have a big opening here.
No. It's not going to be the minister in his swimwear going down the flumes, opening with a piece of tape.
No.
But what we might do is we might open it up to the media. So what we can do is we can have the media sort of as a charity event, see who wants to be the first one to go down in the flume.
I can't think of anyone to hand it wants to do that, really.
Well, you could set your camera up down at the bottom, so when you're coming through it, I take it you must be a Speedo man.
Where has this interview gone? Thank you, Minister, so much for it. We don't cut, so that all runs, and we'll see you at the opening anyway.
Will do. Thank you, Paul.